Hello again, and welcome to Roland's Reviews. I am back, and guess what? We're going to have fun again. If you are not here on Friday, let me know. I will definitely drop that link for you. We're just having a good old time. We're sharing information, and we are enjoying it. Do me one small favor, please. If you will, hit that little thumb. That is the like button. That tells YouTube that you are most assuredly enjoying this content. And guess what? They may share it with other people. I will do the roll call momentarily. And yes, thank you so much, Lord Jammer. Say, get the likes up. Lord Jammer, my protector. Thank you so much, dear. Okay, I'll give a few more people some time to come on in. Also, if you will, share this stream out on your various forms of social media. All right. I always say the more people that we have interacting and discussing the subject matter, I always say the more the merrier. So I like to come on and, of course, I discuss the topics, the issues, and I give you my review, my opinions. But I also like to know what your thought processes are. So it's not just a one-way conversation. I want to know, how you feel about everything that we discuss here on the channel. All right. If you have Truth Social, if you have Facebook, share the stream out. Why not? Okay. If you've been watching, but you have not subscribed to the channel, hey, if you enjoy the content, why not? We'll be glad to have you. We have a ball here as we are discussing important subject matter. All right. Okay, well, I will start. And I don't know why you can't see I thought I went in and changed. I don't know why you can't see the like count. It must be something else that I need to do so that you can see that. So I'll continue working on that. So maybe you'll be able to see it tomorrow. Okay. All right. So if you'd like for me to call your name during the roll call, all you need to do is type your name, or you can send an emoji. That way I can see who is actually here. All right. Chicago Hood says, okay, yeah, try my best to make the line. We'll be late. All right, Chicago Hood, that's fine. Hey, we know everyone is busy, so that's fine. Beverly, how are you doing, love? Traveling Mom, there you are. How you doing? Florida, of course, is here. Lord Jammer, my protector, is here. How you doing? Chris is here. Baldwin Birds, of course, is here. Good afternoon. Fridge Reaver, I'm not a jerk neither, because I have a like button to click. Oh, okay. Okay, my thoughts are not always high IQ. Fridge Reaver, you are fine, dear. Connie, how are you? Yeah, we're glad you're all here. And let's look at the title. Birthright Citizenship over after SCOTUS rules for Trump. And then if you haven't heard, 500,000 Haitians, as well as other illegals, are being deported. So again, this is what we voted for, right? So don't let someone, they put these people on TV crying and they're trying to pull at our heartstrings. We're not falling for that. So this is what over 70 million Americans voted for. So, hey, guess what? I'm not complaining. Chicago Hood, you did make it. How you doing, love? All right. So tell me what your thoughts are. Now, I did mention this in Friday's video. What are your thoughts in reference to the Supreme Court and their ruling? And then we're going to break that down. So I'm going to show you the video from the 5, but I also have it pulled up so that you can see what that really means. All right. And then we have Trump. He's going to be talking about it as well. So again, if you're here, please do us one small favor and hit that little thumb. It's the like button. You will see it to your left. It's just below the channel name. So if you'll hit that, that will possibly trigger the YouTube logarithm. So that's what we're trying to do. All right. So let me share this. And again, go ahead in the comment section, share your thoughts. Is this what you voted for? Are you happy with what President Trump is doing in reference to immigration? Bill ABC, dear, how are you? Yes, great Saturday to you as well, Lord Jammer. Citizen Kane, where have you been, love? Birthright citizenship was originally intended for the children of slaves, basically. Trump said that. Because remember, I did a video when all of these people who were being deported, they were holding up signs to Black Americans saying, "You're next." They did not know that Black Americans are not immigrants. So maybe we need to do a quick crash course on history. Even Africans, they did not know. You're African and you don't know anything about, not saying every single African. So please, people who come and watch the video later, please do not attack me in the comment section. But some of the Africans who were talking were saying they don't know anything about the slave trade, anything. They thought we were immigrants as well. So again, people need to do a better job of educating themselves. So I am well, but so cold where I am. Bill ABC, I forgot. Where are you, love? And I wish I were there because I'm not a person that likes warm weather, but I do live in North Carolina. I've lived in Pennsylvania, New York, but I'm in North Carolina now. So for the most part, I go to work, I come home, I'm in the house. I despise these warm temperatures, okay? But it is what it is. Lord Jammer, some immigrants came into the store I work at and started snacking on a banana without paying for it. When confronted by my boss, she acted like she didn't understand, but kept smirking. Yeah, that's the game they play sometimes. Some of them play when they're busted. Yeah, like, what? No, I can't speak English. You understand what's going on here. Vipa, how you doing, love? I saw a lot of folks were confused as to what these meant. Hey, Rod. Yeah, Vipa. Yeah, apparently some of the African immigrants, Hispanic immigrants, Haitian, some of these people thought that, since Black Americans aren't really out helping them to protest, some of these people were holding up signs saying, "You're next." And you have these crazy leftist loonies who are out here. The videos are on YouTube, TikTok. You can Google it. You can find it yourself. Some of these loonies are telling people that Black America, as soon as Trump is done with all the illegal immigrants, he's deporting all Black Americans. So don't get me started on that. That's right, Bill. You're in Australia, right? Crikey. All right. So at Christmas and New Year would be summertime in Australia. Oh, yeah, Bill ABC, you're right. Okay. I thought we got a win from the Supreme Court. Yes, Connie, I think it was a definite win. Tashi, if you don't like warm weather, Roland, you definitely wouldn't want to live in my state. You must be in Texas or Arizona. Now, the only reason I would love Texas is because that's where my Cowboys are. So, and I need to help them try to do a little bit better. Robert, how you doing, love? I'm tired of these people trying to hijack something that belongs to someone else. Robert, that's what they do, like the Geico commercial. Boom. Autocorrect is messing up my comments. That's all right, Vipa. I'll try to figure it out. Some immigrants have no respect. Some do. Right, Lord Jammer? And so when we're talking about these topics, we don't say every single part. We say some. Some people have selective hearing, and so they come into the comment section like the person you had to protect me from a couple of videos ago. They don't listen to everything. They just pick and choose, and then they come in the comment section, and then they're a keyboard warrior for whatever reason. So I can't help it if someone is miserable. How you doing, Tube Steak? Everyone who is here, if you will, hit that little thumb. That's the like button. Now you have to be signed into your Google email before you can subscribe, before you can hit the like button, folks. I do know that. Okay, so make sure you sign into your email. All right, let's move forward. And let me give you my take. I love it. And oh my God, can you imagine if the Curry Queen had won? They were going to put some more people. The loonies were going to put some more people on the Supreme Court, and we would have been done. I also agree with Wesley Hunt that this Pan-Africanist approach to birthright citizenship dilutes the legitimacy of foundational Black American citizenship and confounds the FBA reparations cost. Citizen Kane, the Pan-Africanist, first of all, Citizen Kane, I don't know if you were here. Many Africans want nothing, not all, but many. How you doing, Vicky? Want nothing whatsoever to do with Black Americans. If you were not here, I will drop a video. I did 2 videos, and one has over 1,500 views, where an African nurse was talking about how much she hated Black Americans. She was a nurse, and finally they found out her name, and she was fired from her job, which I normally don't advocate people being terminated, but you don't need to be working in healthcare. And there's a whole race of people that you hate. That's too dangerous. So, but let me know, Citizen Kang. I did a couple of videos, and there were some other Black nurses. And then I did the video with the second video I did. There was a lady from Africa. I think she was from Nigeria. And she was saying before their parents send them to America, they tell them, stay away from Black Americans, don't have anything to do with them, go to the white communities. So yeah, there's that. But not all, let me say that again, some. So let's look at the 5. And I have several short clips to share with you. And we're going to talk about all the 500,000 illegals that Trump is deporting. And then I'm going to play some more of the eating the dogs, eating the cats. Hey, it's Saturday night and we're feeling all right. Okay, so the white colonial programming, okay, is from Citizen Kane. All right. Yeah, so Citizen Kane, they want nothing to do with, not all, but many want nothing to do with Black Americans, but they come over and then they benefit from the Black Americans who died, who fought, who were bitten by dogs. They had hoses turned on them. So they come and reap the benefits, but they don't want anything to do with today's current Black Americans. So make it make sense. Okay, here we go. So anyway, I enjoy it. I enjoy this. And like I said, finally, Trump, because we know every time he tries to do something, they try to block it. So this I'm happy with. Now, we're not out of the woods, but this is a start, I say, because I was looking at some videos earlier, these crazy judges, helping illegals, slipping them out the back door, and then they're running across the parking lot. The judges are being arrested. Who would put their career on the line? That is crazy. Woo! All right, hit that like button. Here we go, folks.
Hello, everyone. I'm Katie Pavlich, along with Kennedy, Jessica Tarlov, Jesse Waters, and Brian Kilmeade. It's 5 o'clock in New York City, and this is The 5. The Supreme Court laying the smackdown on rogue judges who think they know better than the 77 million Americans who voted for President Trump's agenda. The top court with a 6-3 decision that limits the use of nationwide injunctions. As you can see from this graphic, Trump is the MVP compared to other presidents when it comes to nationwide injunctions. 47 taking a victory lap in the briefing room and listing all the things he's now free to implement.
And also, let me say this, folks. So when Obama was in office, and remember, he could do no wrong. When he was in office, he deported a whole slew of people. Nothing was said. Of course, he did not meet with this type of pushback. How you doing, Tina? How you doing, CJ Parks? And so, CJ, I did not get the email. You told me you sent me an email last night, dear. I did not get it. So make sure it is LSIBERT and not I. I did not get that, dear. So I'll see if I get it tonight. So, like I said, I want to reiterate, when he tries to do something, they try to block it. When Obama deported, and they remember he was quote unquote deported in chief, no one said anything. No one tried to block him. Whatever he did, it was fine. So these injunctions are too overused. Lord Jammer, exactly. Why didn't they have all these injunctions when Obama was deporting all these people? They didn't do this. So we know what this is about. It's all political theater. We know that. How you doing, Chris? Hit the like button, folks. And if you will, share this video out. Thank you so much.
This was a colossal abuse of power which never occurred in American history prior to recent decades. We can now promptly file to proceed with these numerous policies and those that have been wrongly enjoined on a nationwide basis, including birthright citizenship, ending sanctuary city funding, suspending refugee resettlement, freezing unnecessary funding, stopping federal taxpayers from paying for transgender surgeries, and numerous other priorities of the American people. We have so many of them. I have a whole list.
Okay, now let me say something. If you are old enough to remember, I've said several times on this channel, all Trump needs to do, because most of you feel like I do, these sanctuary cities need to go. What have we as a collective, not just me, but CJ, Tina, Lord Jammer, Chris, everyone who's here, what have we been saying? There's only one thing he has to do to get rid of these sanctuary cities. All he has to do is stop federal funding. No one can make it without federal funds. That's all. And so thank God that is what he is doing. And they can't operate without federal funding. Okay. I mean, and many states are already struggling, especially sanctuary cities, right? Because of the millions and billions with a B of American tax dollars that they've already squandered. Robert, in my opinion, they keep saying this because Black Americans won't go out and march. Robert, they're trying to say anything they can to get Black Americans to go out and march. Citizens, so they come from the motherland, looking down their noses at FBAs after getting their arses kicked in their backyard. Yeah. So, and that it is what it is. I've never seen this many lawsuits and injunctions against one president my whole life. Tina, this has never happened before. And listen to what he said. I wanted to stop it to reiterate what he said. What did he say he's stopping? And most Americans probably agree. Anyone with more than 2 brain cells, that's all you need is 2. He's stopping federal funding for sanctuary cities. That's all he needs to do. That will stop everything. I love it. Suspending refugee resettlement. How you doing, Trish? How are you? Citizen Kane. And we FBAs at 11 how the Cubans, Castro emptied his jails of no longer enjoying ironclad immunity under the chipped away birthright citizenship clause of the Constitution. Yeah, people, birther tourism is big in this country, has been for years. You can't do that in any other country. So I'm glad he's changing it, because originally, again, it was for the children of slaves. Pam Bondi did say they're hoping to have the sanctuary cities stopped by the end of the year. Tina, I cannot wait. You know, the loonies are losing it. So they're suspending, those of you just coming in, they're suspending refugee settlements, birthright citizenship, hopefully is done. Of course, you know, California is going to challenge. Go figure, right? So we're gonna break that down. The dark goddess Lilith. I love it too. Grateful for the clarification. They've been milking our resources for years here in the U.S. Yes. Boom. Thinks like a lion. How are you, love? Thinks like a lion. Dark goddess Lilith. hit the like button. That's the little thumb. Also, share this stream on your Facebook or your Truth social pages. It is very much appreciated. So I'm loving this. So let's continue.
But naturally, the liberal media and Democrats are melting down over the loss of their favorite tool to stop the Trump agenda.
This sounds like a giant win for the Trump administration and could likely trigger chaos now across the country.
There are two things that are resulting from this: chaos and confusion.
Reckless and unprecedented.
They have dealt a death blow to the rule of law.
Presidency is far more powerful than it was at 9:55 a.m. this morning.
And another key decision, the Supreme Court also ruling in favor of religious parents of different faith backgrounds who wanted to opt their children out of reading storybooks that go against their beliefs. President Trump hailing that as a major victory for parents.
It's a great ruling for parents. It's really a ruling for parents. They lost control of the schools. They lost control of their child. And this is a tremendous victory for parents. And I'm not surprised by it, but I am surprised that it went this far. It took us to bring life back to normal. So it's wonderful. It's parental. And I kept saying, we will give you back your parental rights. They were taken away. And this is a tremendous victory for parents.
Now, most of you know I'm an educator now. I teach high school. And some of the books that are in, and now I'm telling my age, now their libraries now are in schools are called media centers. I'm old school. I'm a Generation Xer. I still call it a library. CJ, I just received your email, dear. There we go. Okay, it just came through. So for the people saying, oh, it's stopping free speech, I am not at liberty to share some of the books, the disgusting books that are in libraries in today's public schools. It is, I like I said, I don't want my video flagged. All I can say is it's totally disgusting, and it's pushing a certain agenda. So that's all I need to tell you. And I think you get the hint. I'll say that so that my video won't be flagged or someone won't go crying to YouTube that I'm saying bad, horrible things about a certain group. But you get my drift, right? Connie, no federal money to New York. Boom. Exactly. Citizen Kane, it appears that New York City might get a Muslim Asian counterpart to Citizen Kane. Now, Black Americans who continue to vote for Democrats, now you see your vote is non and void in some places. Keep voting for Democrats. Yeah, things like a lion. You know where I'm going with that. Tina, I'm a grandmother and I'm totally against these books. Tina, if we could talk privately, I would tell you some of the horrible things that are in some of these books in today's public school. And if I had children, there is no way I would want them being exposed to those books. I'll leave it at that. You just let your imagination wander. Here we go.
All right, Jesse, chaos breaking out everywhere, according to the left, because of these rulings.
The Trump resistance is officially dead. This was the only thing that was slowing this down. It's no doubt a major body blow. All they have left are riots. The lawfare failed. These injunction maniacs failed. Weaponization failed. You can't be the party of lawyers. That's all they are. They're the party of lawyers. They're just going to have to start persuading people and legislating, what they're supposed to be doing. And they also, when they lose cases like this, they lose the moral high ground because their entire message has been this: that Donald Trump's a tyrant and he's trampling on the Constitution and he's destroying everyone's rights and he's breaking the law. But it turns out when these rulings come down, it's the left that are breaking the law as they oppose Donald Trump. So this clears the way for all the goodies that Donald Trump just listed. I'm mostly enjoying Amy Coney Barrett just bench slap Justice Jackson.
And again, in my opinion, She shouldn't even, if you don't know what a woman is, why are you on the Supreme Court of the United States? And you can't tell someone asks you a question, what is a woman? And you don't know what a woman is. You need to go.
In their brilliantly academic way, they're all calling her a nitwit. And we knew she was a nitwit because she couldn't define what a woman was. But they're basically saying you're not, in your dissents, grounding any of your arguments in case law. You're just making stuff up. And every other justice agrees that this woman is just not qualified.
Can we say DEI hire boys and girls? We know, again, for those who are new to the channel, how you doing, Lala Brown? Lala, hit the like button. And if you have social media pages, please share this stream out. Thank you so much. We know, again, what does the left do? They place black faces in high places. Why? Because it appears, oh, we love black people. We'll put a black person here. And I can't tell you how many conversations I've had with liberals, and that's the first thing they said, black and white liberals, but they put black people in this position, that position. The Republicans don't do that. Again, what is it? Identity politics? Yeah, here we go. Gavin Newsom is Tina. I saw that. Gavin Newsom is suing Fox 5. I saw that. Oh my God. Party of lawyers and losers. You got it, Jammer. We can. I did. Thinks like a lion. Yeah. 4 genders, male, female, Hermie, one, rare or nothing. That makes them an alien or a demon. Chris, I'm going to choose the latter, demon. Boom. Here we go.
And you look back at the Biden legacy, he gave us Kamala Harris and he gave us Justice Jackson. And you got to look and say, wow, what a bad move.
And Kennedy, not only are they just making things up and not basing it on case law, they're also being hypocritical because Elena Kagan, who's a justice who didn't like this ruling, 2 years ago said you can't have a single district court judge stopping the agenda of a duly elected president across the country.
Yeah, and I wish it were a unanimous decision from the Supreme Court. And I don't like seeing these decisions fall along ideological lines because oftentimes, and it was, I believe it was Associate Justice Sotomayor who pointed out, they should be really careful because when there is a leftist president, he will issue an executive order on guns. That's actually something that kind of terrifies me. Mm-hmm. And I think they made a point about being very careful of executive orders trying to undo aspects of the Constitution when this president and other Republicans always run on originalism and adhering to the text of the Constitution as it was written, not as they interpret it now very subjectively. That's something that President Obama liked to do. That's something that Democrats are a little more fond of. And I think conservatives have to be very, very careful about that because if this is the precedent that is set, then they'll just take every other aspect they don't like. That Third Amendment, quartering soldiers. Watch out.
They're going to all be in your house.
You have some Navy fellas at your house here pretty soon, Jesse.
You have a very big grocery bill. You have a very big grocery bill. But Brian, a lot of the strategy from the Trump administration with these executive orders is to push these issues like birthright citizenship to the Supreme Court and to actually get some clarification on things like the 14th Amendment, for example. And as the president said today during his press briefing, he really feels like they can now move forward with his agenda that's been so impeded by these nationwide injunctions for the first 5 months of his second term.
And don't you think, Katie, they do have to go and start doing some?
How you doing, Chef Finest Wine? How you doing, partner? Glad you're here. You're working. That's fine, dear. We know we have to work to pay those bills. Thank you for dropping in, though. Hit that like button, folks, and share this stream out. Thank you so much, Citizen Kane. I don't think she couldn't define what a woman is. She didn't want to compromise her ruling like Amy Coney Barrett. No hints, no previews. Okay, that's a good point, Citizen Kane. Tina, DEI is racist. Boom, there you go. All right.
Pass legislation.
Yeah.
Besides the president, when
Congress
they get done with the big, beautiful bill,
too.
they should really actually do something. I thought it was interesting that out of the 64 injunctions that he's gotten in the first term, now 45 in the next.
Did you hear that? 64 injunctions. So every time he tries to do something, boom, there they are, trying to block everything that the American people voted for. They don't get it. Stuck on stupid, I call it. Here we go.
92% were Democratic appointed judges. So we're just cutting on ideological lines. Here's the thing. They could have done something almost as effective and said, can you stop picking the jurisdiction?
Did everyone hear that? I want to make sure you heard that. 92% were Democrat-led injunctions. So remember that, folks. Okay.
To bring the cases in and maybe make it a little bit more interesting. So if it's a Democratic judge, you bring your case to a city that will be sympathetic to your cause, and you stop the president in his tracks. I'm going to see it's going to be interesting because they're going to sign some more executive orders. They're going to give it to a district judge. That district judge, even though he hates Trump, will have to say, wait a second, the Supreme Court made a ruling, or is he going to say, I'm stopping it right here. I'll let this whole thing play out. So maybe it's still going to be delayed. Lastly, Amy Coney Barrett, who was called out by the president a short time ago by saying basically I picked the wrong person. She went after, as you mentioned, Jesse, went after Ketanji Brown. We will not dwell on Justice Jackson's argument, which is at odds with more than 2 centuries worth of precedent, not to mention the Constitution itself. And she goes on to say when judges issue injunctions to block policies like those the Trump administration is trying to implement, they can't apply the injunction to more than the parties involved. But Barrett said the type of order often is called nationwide injunction is judicial overreach. Yeah. Just pointing out the problem with her reasoning. So we'll see where this goes. I cannot wait for birthright citizenship September to come front and center. Because if you argue this out from almost every level, it's being abused. Democrats should also not want to see it be abused.
Well, the fact that the majority opinion had that line in there from Amy Coney Barrett, then they all didn't take it out, says a lot about the way they're feeling about their fellow justice. But Jessica, politically, where do Democrats go from here? I mean, a lot of their strategy was to use the court system to get these injunctions.
Again, this was a monumental victory, folks. This was big. CJ Parks, Jackson was just letting the Democrats letting them know she was not going to jump out of line for not saying what a woman is. Just I'm not a biologist crap of an answer. CJ, you know they're all staying in step with the agenda. They're not, as you said, they're not going to speak against the agenda because they may come up missing or disappear or something horrible will happen, or they'll be under indictment. Boom, for something. All right, we'll finish this up now.
And now that tool has been taken away from them.
Well, it hasn't been taken away from them because we're already back in court and federal court in Maryland, and the plaintiffs there had their suit ready to go. They knew exactly what was going to happen. And actually the majority opinion cleared the way for people to do this as class action. It won't have the same name. It won't be nationwide injunction, but it'll have the same ramifications. So Democrats, the party of lawyers, ready to go, suited up, sent up the bat signal. At best, this is a compromise position. So we should be clear that the executive order, the protection for specific plaintiffs stays in place. So it's not like they're waking up tomorrow and they're going to get kicked out of the country. And again, then we have this class action approach. To the idea that it is Democrats that only use that, it's blatantly false. The reason that we don't have student debt forgiveness from President Biden is because the Republicans went and got a nationwide injunction.
Yeah, because the taxpayers, let me say something about that, because that affects me as I not only am I an educator, I advise students financially as it relates to attending college. And let's be clear, for those of you who do not know, a lot of these people went into unnecessary debt. Okay. And I do not blame the Republicans for not, agreeing with having the American taxpayer to pay because someone was irresponsible. Now, those that don't know, and I've seen it, some of these people apply for financial aid. That's why I'm telling you, because they're trying to make it seem like, oh, the Republicans didn't want to help. Let me tell you what, if you don't know what's going on, I will tell you. How you doing, Prince Pierre? Hit the like button for me, please. And if you are not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Make sure it's on all notifications. Thank you, love. A lot of these kids, not all, apply for financial aid. They go backpacking around Europe. They go and buy a new car, jewelry, you name it. Okay. Get BBLs, lip injections, you name it. They do it with this money. Not all. And then there's some that could have gone to a cheaper college, but no, they wanted to go to the big name. And the big name carries big bucks, right? Along with it. So sorry, not sorry. The people who were responsible, and I've read lots of comments about this issue, for people who, were responsible and they paid back their student loans. They're like, oh no, I don't want to hear that. No, Tina, it's not a free for all. And I tell students, this is my advice to students. I have a student who was wanted to go into culinary, and she was thinking about going to a for-profit college in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I told her, no, the cheapest option, the best option is for you to go to a community college, and they have culinary. And it's a heck of a lot cheaper. Her mother's single parent, and her mother's a teacher assistant. So she's not making a large sum of money. And I tell my students, if your parents were unable to save money for you to go to college, the community college may be the best option for you. Go for 2 years. Your first 2 years at any college is basic courses anyway. Then the last 2 years, of course, you really start to get into the meat of your major. Citizen Kane said Brown by marriage is a descendant of a founding father and Oliver Wendell Holmes. Yeah, Citizen Kane, she is. Jackson was put in place to support the woke agenda. Exactly. Prince Pierre says 47th presidential administration has every branch of government working for the American people. Okay, so I hope that is clear. I wanted to add some clarity to that. When you see these people out here complaining about student loan debt, some of them made bad choices. And again, the Democratic way, oh, you made a bad choice, we'll get the taxpayers to take care of you. No, ma'am, no, sir. Darla, I went to culinary school after college when I grew up and knew what I wanted to be. Yeah. Most of you know I'm here at Fort Bragg and Pope Air Force Base. And I tell students, hey, the military is a great option. You can join the military, and then, they pay for your schooling. You have health care, travel, boom. It's a win-win-win situation. Community colleges and trade schools. Yes, that's my mantra as an educator. Those are the places I try to steer students instead of, I want to go to Duke University. When you graduate from Duke University, and we know here in North Carolina, that's one of the largest, most popular universities, you're going to be almost $300,000 in debt. To me, that makes no sense. So anyway, that's the advice. As a career advisor, that's the advice that I give students. So, yeah.
People like AG Ken Paxton in Texas. There's a judge in East Texas that he likes a lot that puts out injunctions for the entire nation, super right-wing guy. So let's not make this about partisan politics. So it's good
they clarified that it shouldn't be used for either party.
Well, what's good, I guess, is that they clarified that if you want to go and do this to protect people and give them their constitutional rights, and the 14th Amendment is pretty clear, that you do it as a class action suit, not an injunction in this way. But, Trump, he takes a victory lap on absolutely everything that he does.
She's salty. How you doing, Monique? She's a little bit salty, folks. She'll be okay. They're all salty. Wait till I show you the other videos. Yeah, they're a little bit salty. So, sorry, not sorry. But yeah, any of you who have children, grandchildren who will be who's interested in attending a college university, definitely, if you want to reach out, my email is up under every video. I'll definitely lead you in the right direction. Connie, she is annoying. She's just salty. Darla, my niece and her husband make a great living, and they bought a small house and aren't planning on children until student loans are paid off. Darla, exactly. Being responsible, right? It drives me nuts. And some students listen, some don't. hey, I do what I can. I put the information, I share the information with them, and what they do with it that's on them, right? All right, hit the like button, folks, and let me show you what else. I am so happy with these recent changes. Now, let me share. I need to share this with you so you understand where we are. And we said Trump scored a major victory considering everything that he has endured. Every time he tries to do something, they fight it. So let me explain a few things. Bach Mari, how you doing? Thanks to Trump, the military has been restored to an upstanding opportunity. Yes. Howdy, everyone. Bach Mari, I've been working so much. Haven't had a chance to check into the show and talk to anybody. Sorry. Bach, hey, we love you, but we understand the bills have to be paid. So we're glad you're here now. Bach, share this out on your various forms of social media, dear. Thank you so much. So Donald Trump, we said, if Bach and those who are just joining, has secured a significant victory in a Supreme Court ruling related to birthright citizenship. However, it's important to understand the specific nature of this win. So I wanted to break this down a little bit so you could understand, just in case there's something that's not quite clear. CJ, at least the Haitians got like a month notice to start packing their luggage to go back home. Yes, CJ, start packing. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you come back no more. Yeah, they have some time. All right. So, because a lot of people were unclear about the ruling, I wanted to go over this. The Supreme Court did not rule on the legality or constitutionality of Trump's executive order aimed at limiting birthright citizenship. Instead, the court's 6-3, for those of you that did not know, it was a 6-3 decision driven by its conservative majority, thank God, focused on the power of lower courts to issue nationwide injunctions. Now, those of you who are just joining us, we know every time Trump tried to do something, this is what they were doing in the lower courts. The ruling limits the ability of individual federal judges to issue such broad injunctions that block executive orders across the entire country. So what this means, okay? Hey, Buck said, what you say? Hey. Trump's executive order, which seeks to deny automatic, that's the operative word here, citizenship to children born in the U.S. if their parents are not citizens or legal permanent residents, may now take effect in states not involved in the lawsuits that initially blocked it. The ruling leaves the door open for continued legal challenges to the executive order itself. Lawyers challenging the order are now exploring alternative avenues, such as seeking class action certifications to protect affected individuals nationwide. So, you know, they're not going to stop, folks. We know that. Okay. So in summary, this was a procedural victory, right? By curbing the power of lower courts to issue nationwide injunctions. Because again, that's all they were doing. Every time he, had an order, boom, injunction. I mean, just nonstop. The birthright citizenship issue itself remains unresolved, and its constitutionality will continue to be debated in lower courts. The ruling could lead to a fragmented approach to birthright citizenship, where the policy's application may vary by state depending on legal challenges. Now, let's be clear, folks. We said they will continue to challenge. They are not going to say, oh, no, they will continue. This is a complex and evolving situation with significant implications for immigration policy and the balance of power between the executive and judicial branches. Okay. All right. So, yeah. And these were the key points, right? And I just read that. So I didn't read this part. There is a 30-day delay. The Supreme Court ruling stipulated that Trump's executive order on birthright citizenship cannot take effect for 30 days, allowing time for further legal challenges and adjustments in lower courts. Again, they're not going to stop. Potential enforcement, Trump's birthright citizenship order could now take effect in states that were not directly involved in the lawsuits, okay? And then the ongoing legal challenges, we said that, all right? So yeah, we're done with that. Any questions, folks? Robert, what's pathetic about Ketanji Brown is being in that play called And Juliet, okay? Citizen, whether this ruling will discourage court shopping remains to be seen. We're the only country with birthright citizenship. Boom. Monique, I said that before you joined the chat. You can't do this anywhere else. And for people that don't know, birther tourism in this country is huge. It's huge. All right. All right. And I think we watched the video already on Trump speaking on birthright citizenship, and they are losing it. I love it. Woo! And again, I love that, you know, everything that they're trying to do is falling apart. And we need for that to continue so that, okay. Let me see. I think, did I have another? Yeah, I wanted to show this to you. On MSNBC, they are losing it, just so you can get a laugh. Woo! Yeah, everything that they're trying is falling apart, and they just don't know what else to do. And I love it. All right, hit that like button for me, please. Also, share this stream out. I can't say what I would like to say, so I digress. People. Trish, no more running to the border to give birth. Nikki P, how are you? Oh, yes. Ketanji, yes. She is of immigrant lineage and her loyalties are for her people. Nikki P, yes, we've said that. I think it was Lord Jammer said, I'm going to start a birther movement of my own. Yes, these people, what do the Democrats do? They put people, black people, with brown skin that you can tell obviously is black, and they put them in high places. So, okay, now we'll get Black Americans to vote for us. Look at all these people that we're putting in high places. But these people, as Nikki P just shared with us, they're not born in America, or their parents are from another country. So that, yes, they may look black. Guess what? They're supporting that Democratic agenda of illegal immigration. So yes, Lord Jammer, if I need to start a birther movement, I will. We need to know where were you born? Where were your parents born? Yes, we do. Let me see the birth certificate. Boom. Oh my God. Nikki's laughing. Yes, Nikki. Nikki, call it out, girl. Call it out. So again, they're losing it and they just don't know what else to do. So they'll just keep on with their shenanigans. So here we go. We all need a laugh anyway. It's MSNBC. They're dying. So let's laugh at them. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm going to bring in Lisa Rubin. You just pulled it up. What are we learning?
We're learning today that the court, by a 6-3 majority, Anna, has decided to stay the injunctions partially. They're saying that they will grant the government's application for stays, but only to the extent that the injunctions are broader than necessary to provide complete relief to each plaintiff withstanding to sue. And let me go back a second, zoom out for a second if I can. One of the questions here was, if the court was going to stay these injunctions, how were they going to do it? Were they going to say that each injunction could only apply in the district where it was entered? In two cases here, those districts were actually statewide, the District of New Jersey, the District of Massachusetts. But the other question was, or could you limit it to just the plaintiffs in these particular cases? Remember that 2 of these 3 cases are brought by states. So how this changes that result, what does it mean then when the individual plaintiffs who have standing to sue our states, does that mean that we're going to get sort of a patchwork result, as one of the attorneys general, Matt Platkin of New Jersey, described to me in an interview earlier this year? Does that mean that citizenship could be conferred solely by an accident of birth? And he described to me a situation where a citizen or a resident of his state gives birth over a state line in Pennsylvania, for example. What happens if a New Jersey resident gives birth in Pennsylvania? New Jersey is a plaintiff to these cases. Pennsylvania is not. If the child to two undocumented immigrants is born in Pennsylvania, what is the result with respect to that person's citizenship? These are a bunch of questions that are now going to result. But at the very least, we are going to see a circumstance where the president's executive order curtailing birthright citizenship is going to effectively be allowed to be implemented in certain states, but not in others.
It should be, because again, those of you who are just joining, hit that little thumb. That's the like button. Also, if you're enjoying this content and you're not already subscribed, please do so now. Thank you so much. Share this stream on your Facebook page or your Truth Social page. So again, folks, they're grasping at air. They don't know what to do. When this ruling came down, they lost it, literally. And they're just trying to figure out, okay, what are we going to do now? VIPA, exactly. All skin folk ain't kinfolk. The sooner Black Americans wake up and realize you've been duped. The Democrats take Black looking people and they put them in places of high positions, and they tell them, hey, look, we have Black people here. We believe in DEI and all these other things, right? And again, the Democrats hate your guts, but they put people in strategic places so that you will continue to vote for them. That's all it's about. And again, Black Americans don't realize you've already been replaced. Look at LA. Now your vote is non and void. And you have Mad Max, Auntie Maxine Waters, who needs to be, of course, at Shady Pines, and all these other people out there that have been in office forever who need to go. And they're not there for you. They're there for the Democratic agenda. Citizen Kane, Ketanji Brown Jackson's lineage says foundational Black American, although sympathetic to illegal immigrants like Puerto Rican Sotomayor. Okay. If you're illegal giving birth in this country, you're going to get deported. Yeah, Nikki said the trick bag. Nikki, not the trick bag. Nikki, are you aware of birther tourism in this country? It's a big problem. It has been for years. People come from China. People come from Iran. People come from all over the globe. Have a child. Shady Pines, Nikki. Yes, they come from all over the globe to have a child. And again, when they go back to their country, who's paying for this health care? I did a video months ago. Denver bankrupted their health care system, spending millions of dollars on non-American citizens. We can't afford that. Yes, Nikki, it's big business. Birther tourism. Barnes Homestead. Does Auntie Maxine's daughter get elected in her place? Barnes, if she's a Democrat, she probably will. And following that same Democratic agenda, that's all you have to do is stay in step, right? When illegals come here, they get a goodie bag. Lord Jammer, yeah, they get everything. And the people who came here legally are angry. That's why they want them out of here. They're like, no, I had to come and scrape. No one gave me anything. The Dems wanted birthright citizenship to be the law of the land. Yes. So they get more seats in the Senate. They have a new voting block, right? All right, here we go.
Okay, so Leah Littman, what does this mean for Trump's executive order on birthright citizenship? Is it now in effect in certain places, just not in the places that initially were where these cases were brought?
So unfortunately, that is going to be worked out by the lower courts on remand, because what the Republican justices decided is, as to the individual plaintiffs who filed suit, courts cannot award them nationwide injunctions. That is the only thing courts can give these individual plaintiffs, is a determination that their children would be United States citizens. But as to the states that challenge this executive order, the Supreme Court says, we are not deciding whether a nationwide injunction is necessary to provide the states with complete relief, and therefore they send the case back down to the lower courts to make that determination initially. Now, that doesn't mean the executive order is going to go into effect immediately. The executive order indicates that it contains a 30-day period in which the administration will create some sort of guidelines and process to figure out how it will be implemented. And during the oral argument, the Solicitor General said their position is that 30-day period had not started because the lower courts had enjoined the executive order before it went into effect. And so therefore, there will be at least a 30-day period before the executive order is allowed to go into effect. And again, during that period, it's likely that lower courts will be determining whether the states, in order to remedy the harms that this order causes them, can receive nationwide relief. I just want to note the Democratic appointees' strong dissents in this case. Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson calls the court's decision an existential threat to the rule of law. Justice Sotomayor's dissent says no right is safe in the new legal regime the court creates. She calls the court complicit in a grave attack on our system of law. The reality is the Supreme Court's Republican justices took away lower courts' single powerful tool, the most powerful tool for reining in the Trump administration and holding them accountable to the law.
Chuck, let me get your reaction. This sounds like a giant win for the Trump administration and could likely trigger chaos now across the country.
Well, let me address the second point first, Anna. And since you have Leah and Lisa on, I'm not sure why you would ask me anything. They're both way smarter than me, but it strikes me.
You're all brilliant.
No, well, I'll prove otherwise in a moment, Anna. But it strikes me that now individual plaintiffs in almost 100 separate federal judicial districts can seek individual relief. If a federal district court judge in Seattle can't enjoin nationwide President Trump's executive order on birthright citizenship, but could only do so in the Western District of Washington, where he sits, then similarly situated plaintiffs, women who would give birth to a child who would otherwise be a U.S. citizen, could bring suit in Maine and in Vermont and in the Northern District of Florida and everywhere in the country. And right now you have, in my view, binding Supreme Court precedent from an 1898 case that says these women would win. This is a procedural decision from the Supreme Court. It's not a substantive decision on the underlying executive order. It does strip from federal judges, Anna, a lot of power that was exercised increasingly over the last 2, 3, 4 decades against presidents of both parties. And it was clear to me from the argument that a number of the more conservative justices were going to go exactly this way, that they were opposed to this notion of a single federal judge having nationwide injunctive powers. They didn't like the notion of judge shopping, that an aggrieved plaintiff would bring a case in a district that best suited him or her. But will there be more chaos?
They're talking about, will there be more chaos? They've done nothing but cause chaos since Trump was elected this second time around. So they should use that word very lightly. Vipa, folk who look like us but ain't trying to tell us that we're at risk of being deported. That's some propaganda being pushed by the Democrats. Yeah, Vipa, they were holding signs up saying you're next and all this crap because they thought Black Americans were immigrants. So that is crazy. And how Africans, not all, aren't aware of what happened with the slave trade and how we wound up here is mind-boggling. They should know. Oh, my God. CJ, the 3 Supreme Court judges voting against this. What else is new? Democrats, nonetheless. Boom. Barnes. Okay, here we go.
There'll be more cases, Anna, and whether or not you think of that as chaos, I'll leave that to you. But I think more individual plaintiffs will bring more individual cases seeking similar relief.
Okay, Corey said they'll be voting on the issue in October. Okay, Corey, how you doing, Corey? Corey, hit the like button if you will. If you are enjoying this content, please hit that subscribe button as well. All right, all is welcome. Chris, gotta go, but God bless you all. Roland's Review, since you like music, thought I would leave you with one I redid. Okay, Chris, perfect. Sotomayor and Ketanji Brown need to go. Yeah, I don't like their rulings. Thank you, Chris. Democrats have done nothing but cause chaos, and they continue to cause. And that's my opinion as well. They should not even be using that word. Foundational Black Americans have already been shot through the grease. Citizen Kane, I don't know what that means. Okay, Corey. Thank you, love. Corey, share this on your Facebook page as well, dear. Thank you. All right, let's continue with this, and then I have some more clips to share with you.
Well, the reason I asked Chuck about the chaos is I'm trying to envision a situation in which you have to have a case, you have to bring your own case in order to get the relief, right? So if you are a person who is in this country right now in a state that wants to enforce Trump's executive order banning birthright citizenship, and you're an immigrant and you have a child, what does that mean for this child in that state compared to what it means for a child who's born in another state?
Right. So right now, arguably, children in certain states, and I think this was Lisa's point, have protections that children in other states in 30 days may not. And I take your point, Anna. It's going to require other plaintiffs to come forward and to seek injunctive relief. It doesn't mean everybody in the Northern District of Florida or in the Western District of Texas or in the Eastern District of New York has to file a lawsuit. But it does mean that lawsuits have to be filed in all of these jurisdictions because you no longer, at least according to the Supreme Court, for individual plaintiffs, have nationwide injunctive relief available to similarly situated.
Citizen King, VIPA says, what's a foundational? If I'm not mistaken, VIPA, I think that means people who are descendants from slaves. So you've heard me mention here about the delineation movement that's going on with Black Americans, where they're distancing themselves from Africans and Jamaicans and Haitians and everyone. So FBAs worship their color, which is idolatry. Chicago Hood, we've talked about that. Yeah, that's why we're in the trouble that we're in, and we have a lot of the problems that we have. That's why Chicago is the way that it is. That's why LA is the way that it is. And all of these blue cities are horrible war zones that are too dangerous really to live in because people vote for people that look like them, and nothing is ever done. They don't ask about policies. They just, oh, there's someone Black, and they run out and they vote for that person who's not going to do anything for them. They're only going to continue to follow the Democratic agenda. And that's sad. Cutting down on judge shopping and lawfare. Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Situated plaintiffs, similarly situated mothers and their children. And so, yes, it invites a lot more litigation in a lot more places, and I think perhaps fairly characterized as more chaos.
I mean, even Justice Kavanaugh asked during the oral arguments, what do hospitals do with a newborn? What do states do with a newborn? Justice Gorsuch pointed at the patchwork problem that this could create. Leah, is there any resolution that is within this opinion that you're reading through?
I think this opinion is going to create additional legal questions for lower courts to answer. The big lingering question is when states can obtain these nationwide injunctions, because if they can obtain these nationwide injunctions, then that is going to minimize the kind of chaos that allowing this order to be implemented in some states rather than others would create. But we don't know whether the Supreme Court would sign off on on a lower court decision that says in order to award the states complete relief, a nationwide injunction is warranted and the policy has to be blocked on a nationwide basis. I think the Democratic appointees in dissent are extremely concerned about what this new regime is going to do vis-a-vis the Trump administration. You have Justice Sotomayor in her dissent suggesting that the Supreme Court basically rewarded the Trump administration's gamesmanship. In her words, she says this court is playing along with their efforts to basically subvert the Constitution and
just like the lower courts are playing along with the Democrats. And so this is what was needed. Where are we? How you doing, Flack? Lala, I don't know, FBA worship color, I think is more. Well, Lala, what the Democrats do is they put black people in high positions. Hit the like button for me, folks, if you're just joining. They put black people in positions so black people will go out and in turn vote for that person. And we've said on this channel, you can go look at several videos. They're not going to do anything for the black people that vote for them. They're only going to follow the Democratic agenda, and that's a problem. Barnes said she's in panic mode. Boom. They're all running scared, like cockroaches when you turn the lights on and all the cockroaches flee. Robert, who came up with this idea of giving rights to illegals for birthright citizenship? Get the likes. Yeah, hit the like, the little thumb, folks. Thank you. And subscribe if you're enjoying the content. Where are we here? Okay. We're just about done. And then I have a couple more things to share with you, and then we'll get out of here.
And the law by throwing out these procedural arguments that effectively allow them to implement illegal policies that lower courts have determined are invalid. She faults the court for choosing this case of all cases to limit nationwide injunctions, because as we were saying, if there was any case in which nationwide relief would be warranted, you would think it would be about a case on birthright citizenship, where nationwide rules are necessary in order to prevent the kind of chaos that the individual plaintiffs and the states warned about. You know, the justices, the Democratic justices, are very concerned about the implications of this decision for the rule of law. Both Justice Sotomayor and Justice Jackson, in their separate writings, basically accused the court of being complicit with the degradation of the rule of law. Justice Jackson said this court's complicity in the creation of a culture of disdain for lower courts, their rulings, and the law will surely hasten the downfall of our governing institutions, because what the Republican justices are allowing the Trump administration to do is, again, implement illegal policies, potentially in places where they haven't been challenged, as to individuals who have not been able to find a lawyer to represent them to challenge the policy on their basis.
If that's not, the old people used to say, if that's not the pot calling the kettle black, look at everything that the Democrats, the libs, were doing in the lower courts. Now they're going to turn around and attack what just happened with the Supreme Court. Okay, Flack, hit the like button, dear, as well as the subscribe button if you're enjoying this content. That's right, Citizen Kane, 13th Amendment. Agent Orange, how you doing, love? I love the eye roll. Oh, yeah. Agent Orange, we're having a good time here. Lord Jammer, wrong, putting Americans first only strengthens this country. Right, Lord Jammer. And we know the Dems definitely do not put Americans first. Americans are on the back burner. Flack, the Democrats fighting so hard for them aliens, they'll never get power again. Flack, you're new here. I say that in almost every video. More than 70 million Americans disagree with the Democrats' stance on illegal immigration. They are choosing to continue to die on that hill. So I've said it. They'll never win another election. Never. Citizen Kane shaking my head. Yeah. So they're dying on that hill. I looked at a video today. This judge helped this guy escape. If you don't believe me, if you want me to, I'll pull it up and show it to you. ICE was after this guy. The judge helped him slide through this door, and then he ran out into the parking lot trying to escape. She was arrested. They are continuing to die on that hill. And that is not what the American people want. And if you'd like to see, like I said, I can show it to you. I watched it before I came on. Boss Chick, how you doing, love? Hit that little thumb. That's the like button. And hit the subscribe button, love. Share this out on your Facebook page. Thank you so much. Tina, Democrats trying to turn our Constitution and our amendments around to benefit them. Boom. Yes. Because the alien kids all robbing stores and what is this? Doing all types of stuff. Flat. Hey, look at the MS-13 gang member, Father of the Year. They kept talking about all this. They were going down to El Salvador, all these things they were doing. They never did for American citizens. That's a problem. Oh, Boss Chick. Okay. I watched this. I'll put it on right now. I watched this before I came on. This judge, I'm like, what the heck? Like me, some of you already know. I just completed my 27th year of teaching. So I'm close to retiring. I'll have enough years in with the state. Do you think I'm going to risk my career? And this judge, she is not someone young. This lady is old enough to know what the heck is she doing. Has she read the 14th Amendment and understand it? Flat. Obviously, they don't. They do not. So, yeah, I'll show you this right. This is what they're doing. Okay, you have it up now. Yeah. This is the hill they're dying on. All right, here we go.
Just now, Tom Homan said, wait till you see what's coming. Talking about arresting people, particularly officials. And
did you just see that lady? She's just running to her car. That's the judge who helped an illegal escape. So here we go.
And have we seen a number of arrests now? We've seen the judge, this judge.
That's her. Were you familiar with that? Civil War and the GOP wanted to rein in the causes. Agent Orange, live long and prosper. That's MAGA, Dr. Spock. Agent Orange. Her name, Judge Dugan. She helped a man evade ICE. A judge. This is what judges are doing. Professionals. She's doing her job. That's what they put her in place for. Shaking my head. My girls, how you doing? Yep, they brought her up on federal charge. Yes. When have you seen this lady, Lala Brown? When have you seen this lady do this for American citizens? I'll wait. This is a major sticking point for me, where I have a major issue with these people doing everything they can for people who are not citizens. Lord Jammer, these so-called judges need to be removed from the bench. Boom. Truth bomb. Bought and paid for a boss chick. Boss chick knows what's going on. Chicago Hood. More blacks need to concern themselves with learning how to speak, spell, and work on the vocabulary and education. Chicago. Hi, Roland. How are you? I'm good, my girls. My girls, what are your thoughts on this? Agent Orange, I think I saw her at the all-you-can-eat buffet. Lord Jammer. Agent Orange, would you please behave? I'm going to have to put you in the corner. Yeah, this is what they're doing. RIP Dems, you've committed enough atrocities against us, starting with Jim Crow, KKK, and don't forget slavery, people. You're absolutely right. Lala. First, Malcolm tried to tell him about the liberals are like foxes. Then Dora tried to tell him, swiper, no swiping. They didn't listen. Lala, they won't listen. Why? Are y'all crazy? It's a lot of educated black people just because they don't go to college. They're smart. Flat, Chicago's just making a joke. We're just having a good time, dear. Okay. Yes, I saw that video. She told the agents to leave, not realizing there was another one. Agent said, I live in the corner. Yeah, buffet buzzard. Okay, now you have Buck Mari cutting up. I can't do anything with this chat. I just don't know what to do. Hit that like button if you're enjoying this content. Share this stream out. I am having a ball. If you are not subscribed already, please do so now. So tell me what your thoughts are, and we'll see the video here in a moment where she helped the illegal. She, let him go through a side door, and then he's out in the parking lot running. When has she done that for an American citizen? Oh, that's right, she hasn't. Miss Rowland, I agree with you when I think the American citizens, yeah, they need to sue the Democrats for discrimination against Tina. They discriminate, the Democrats discriminate against Americans. They don't do anything for Americans. That's discrimination. What happened to their DEI and affirmative action? Oh, that's right. It doesn't apply if you're an American. Boom. I thought they were, sticklers for DEI and affirmative action. Buffet Betty gets in my belly. Lord Jammer. Thank you, Agent Orange. The illegal is helped. Might have promised her free tacos for life. Oh my God. Flack, yes. Flack, could you imagine if that were you, if that were me helping an illegal escape ICE? We're going to do some federal time. She'll probably not get any time. Why? Flack, I'm really going to file a lawsuit against them for that Monday morning. I'm going to go to the courthouse. Flack, I've been saying the American people need to bring the Democratic Party up a class action lawsuit for all of the crimes and the money laundering, everything they've done to us, to the American people. Treason, that's what it is, treason. Let's listen to the rest of this.
Who's on the screen? We've seen her arrested. We've seen the mayor.
That's her name, Hannah C. Dugan.
Of Newark arrested. We've seen congressperson arrested. We've seen just a bunch of people get arrested now. But it looks like the arrests may continue or even ramp up. But, sometimes people, in the comments, they say, how come you never follow up on what's happening after somebody gets arrested? How come you don't follow up? Like, what actually happens to these people? So today we're going to take a look at what happened, or what is happening, I should say, with the judge who was arrested for helping someone and a person in the country without permission, for helping him escape from her courthouse. She was arrested for that. She's put on trial, and we're going to take a look right now at what happened to her. And as a bonus, we're going to take a look also at what happened to him. Let's jump into it. But before we
tell me what you think about this, folks, as this guy has paid advertisements or whatever in his video. So I'm going to let that play. Did you hear her last name? Hannah Dugan. She's probably come from the family desk. Flack. Yeah, that sounds Irish, I think. I think. If you start a petition to get the class action, we can't get more involved. Lala. Okay, Lala. Jeffrey, how you doing, love? Hit the like button. Share this on your social media pages. Monique, they're going to drop the charges. If you did that, or if I did that, they wouldn't drop charges. We would just have to make that federal time. She was helping a burglar because he broke into our account. Okay, here we go.
Again, after it was in a federal court this morning. Our Charles Benson joins us live right now with the latest information. Charles.
Yeah, the big news out of the federal court today, the big decision is that Judge Dugan's case will now be postponed. It was set to go to trial in 33 days, but Judge Lynn Edelman saying, look, that's untenable. It's just not going to happen that quickly. Her defense team has pushed for a fast trial to get it going. They're saying, we're ready to go. We heard from the defense lawyer, Jason Luzak, saying, look, this has been a case that they have been working on for weeks, and they are ready to go. But at issue, Tom, is something that the defense filed, which was a motion to dismiss. based on what they call judicial immunity. Well, that is still being decided and will not and likely not be decided anytime soon, or at least within the next couple of weeks. And the judge points out that whatever the decision on that motion to dismiss, whatever is decided, will likely be appealed. And you can't be having the appeal process while the trial is going on. So Judge Lynn Edelman saying, look, it makes sense right now not to set a trial date. He says, I'm going to go as fast as I can, but I want to do it right. So, Tom, no trial date is set for Judge Dugan. There is a motion in front to dismiss the case, the government arguing it should not be dismissed. But until that issue is decided, it looks like for now, there is not going to be a trial. The timeline on all of that, there's still an expectation that it can happen potentially this year. We're live outside the U.S. Federal Courthouse. Charles Benson, TMJ4 News.
All right, Charles Benson with the latest on the Judge Dugan case there from downtown Milwaukee. Charles, thank you.
So
anyway, that's in Milwaukee, but I'm sure nothing will happen to her. And she's not the only judge that is involved in these nefarious activities. Jeffrey, unfortunately, thunder only happens. Oh, thunder only happens when it's raining. Players only love you when they're playing. Now, you know not to get me off track with Fleetwood Mac. Flack. You know, when Trump was running for president, I was able to be on your channel. I had to get a whole new phone and have a whole new YouTube to get to you to see your channel. Why, Flack? What happened, dear? And she'll just run till the court takes her power away. They never have to face the consequences of their action. No, and if that were you or me, we would have to go make federal time. How is that fair? That's not fair. She gets out of this. Flack, I agree. Connie, what's the point if Dugan does not face any time? That's my Brian Wilson salute. Okay, citizen. Great job, Miss Lynn. Thank you, Jeffrey. They keep fighting for these illegal immigrants and still wondering why people are mad at them. Yeah, what the heck? So let me share. Now, the second part of the title was where the people being deported, which is what we voted for. And then I got a little, let me see. Let me go to Twitter. Pop, pop. Hit the like button. Share this stream on your various forms of social media. They found loopholes. Yeah, Tina, don't they always? That's what makes you really angry. They weren't letting me see your channels. Flack, is that really? That YouTube, that was YouTube, dear, because you've never been blocked on my channel. And I don't know, sometimes they have some technical issues. Rest in peace, RIP Mick Ralph's Bad Company. Oh, yeah. I like Bad Company, yeah. All right. Breaking. Now, if you're familiar with this, let me know. DHS has announced it is terminating temporary protected status for more than 500,000 Haitians in the U.S., arguing that conditions in Haiti have improved enough for them to return home, and allowing the Haitians to remain is contrary to the national interest of the U.S. TPS for these Haitians will expire on 8/3/2025, and the termination will take effect on 9/2/2025, effectively giving the Haitians a little more than 2 months to leave the country or find another form of relief or legal status. So, of course, DHS, Department of Homeland Security statement, this decision restores integrity in our immigration system and ensures that temporary protective status is actually temporary, said a DHS spokesperson. The environmental situation in Haiti has improved enough that it is safe for Haitian citizens to return home. We encourage these individuals to take advantage of the department's resources in returning to Haiti, which can be arranged through the CBP Home app. Haitian nationals may pursue lawful status through, other immigration benefit requests. Hold on. Where are we here? All right. And I wanted to show you, hold on. Yeah, this right here, what Biden did to this country should never be forgotten. Yeah, the Biden-Harris administration, just evil. And where are we here? So anyway, I wanted to share that with you, and then you see all this stuff. Twitter has become a cesspool. So it's not safe for us in the United States. Who's going to help? Right. 28256, that's your number on YouTube. I love alligator jail in Florida. You heard about what, Monique? Oh, you did hear about. Oh, okay, dear. Okay. And this is someone undocumented isn't a race. It's a criminal. So don't call me a racist because I have a problem with 20 million criminals at large in America. So this is, yeah. So this is what people are responding to here. All right. Okay. So I wanted to share that with you. And if you go on his page, you'll see he's showing out, a whole bunch of stuff that's going on. All right. Yeah, so I think I pretty much, I'm done with that. All right. So I wanted to show you, again, it's Saturday night. We need some laughs. If you were here, and I'll bring it up. Oh my God, hilarious. You remember during the debate when Trump said something about they're eating the dogs and the cats? Of course, Haiti is better. They all come here. Connie, boom. So let me share this with you. It's Saturday, so we're going to get some laughter in. And I'll change the, let me see. Let me change this playback speed so hopefully I won't get copyrighted. Let me see.
A sandwich? You got 4 weeks to step out.
All right, yeah, I sped up the sound, so hopefully I won't get copyrighted. But I'll have on the closed captioning so you can read it too. So listen to this, folks. Just a little loud. And then I'm going to go to TikTok. Oh, yeah.
A sandwich? You got 4 weeks to step out of the country? I can't believe you people would eat these beautiful creatures. Oh my God, what are you doing? I am so disgusted.
What's up, guys? Benny. President Trump celebrating his single greatest string of wins ever at the Supreme Court today by making good on a campaign promise and wielding his new unlimited power, or at the very least reasserting his presidential obligations under the Constitution, Article 2, to defend our nation and fix somebody who didn't defend our nation, the previous administration, that allowed for parasitic invasion armies to wash and break on our shores and destroy our homeland. They tried to do it, and Donald Trump is fixing it right now. It's an awesome story, and it starts right here with Kamala Harris nervously explaining the scheme to relocate hundreds of thousands of Haitians into the heartland to forever change what we know as the Midwest and effectively just import Haiti, the single most dysfunctional, low IQ country in the Western Hemisphere, anarcho-tyranny state, crime-ridden, murder rates through the roof. Kamala Harris thought all those people needed to be sent to Ohio.
That is why, also, starting with our administration, we gave TPS, temporary protected status, to Haiti.
This is totally unacceptable, folks. Why didn't she send them to her home state? She dumped these people on the people in Ohio. And I did a video on that during the debate when Trump said something about they were eating the dogs and cats. And she laughed at him and tried to make it seem like he was talking out of his head. And it was all true because I did a video. Many of you were there. And they were interviewing people who lived there and who witnessed that actually happening. And people were like, oh, no, he made it up. No, he did not. Here we go.
Migrants, 55,000. And then more recently, we extended temporary protected status to over 100,000 Haitian migrants for that very reason, that they need support, they need protection.
They need support and protection. From who exactly? Who do they need support and protection from? You know, the second they actually got here, they started attacking and fighting Border Patrol, looting, behaving well. I mean, like the third world, right? This is import the third world, get the third world. Who can remember these photos, right? The Border Patrol. Yeah. Well, yeah. Welcome to your country. Here you go. They said, welcome to your nation. here's your country now. Thank you, Kamala Harris. But lucky for us, Democrats get votes, right? Yeah. Democrats can import the voters. Bring them here, addict them to welfare. Better than anything you got in Haiti. And, well, ladies and gentlemen, then you get permanent Democrat voters. President Trump said that's not going to fly under my administration. Right. And so we are going to do something about it. Now, Donald Trump promised to do this when he was debating Kamala Harris in the famous only debate he had with Kamala. They're eating the dogs and the cats, and that's not what we do here.
Harris, I'll let you respond to the rest of what you've heard. They're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country, and it's a shame.
Yep. Donald Trump, of course, was right.
And remember, she was looking at him like, you're nuts. Remember the moderators, the gentleman said, no, sir, that's not correct. We reached out to the people in Ohio. So remember, they prepped. They knew Trump was going to say something about it. And the woman moderator, remember, is a sorority sister of hers. So this was a setup from the get-go. Remember, folks, I'm trying to bring it back to your memory. Vipa, thank you so much, love. Yeah, he's good. Yeah. All you got to have to do is look on the news. You'll see the immigrant kids out with having. I'm not sure what you're telling me, Flack. Joe Biden was not a president. That was the problem. Jeffrey, he was not. Barack Obama was still in Washington. He was still pulling the strings. Connie, why was this allowed? All this is illegal. Connie, the Democrats are just counting new voters. Oh, Jeffrey, you belong to me. Yes. Carly Simon. Yes. Yeah. So, yeah.
This has been proven now demonstrably that
all right, here we go.
Eat household pets and swans out of lake. There's cases actually all around the country of protected animals and so on, wildlife. Import the third world, become the third world. Now, that commentary, of course, created its own little viral news cycle, becoming the single most popular TikTok trend during the 2024 election.
The dogs, they're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats.
We all remember that. And then I even did a video, and I have to speed it up because it's since been the song Eating the Dogs, Eating the Cats has been copyrighted. So I'll share the one that I did on my channel. Oh my God. And I don't know if you know this, that eating the dogs, eating the cats was the most popular trend on TikTok in 2024. Just so you know, that just blew up and just took a life of its own. So here it is. I'll share it with you again. And I can't play it. All right. I'll have to, for copyright, it's since been copyrighted. So I'll have to speed it up or something. Hold on. Oh, God. How can I? Okay. Well, you can see it. I don't think this is a short, and I don't see how I can. I guess I'll just let it play. What the heck? All right. I'll just let it play.
The cat, eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. Eat the cat. 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 They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. Eat the cat.
Oh my, yeah, that was the most popular. Is Pam Bondi investigating the judge? I hope so. James, how you doing, love? That was a bop. Yeah. Eating the swan. Yes. And then they were the Democrats were lying and denying that it was going on. So what the heck? And so let me go to TikTok. Yeah, that was the most popular trend on TikTok. And I would just sit there and just look at the TikTok videos. So again, it's Saturday, so I thought I'd make you laugh. James, it actually made the Democrats look stupid, that song, whenever it was proven that did happen. So at the time, they thought it was making Trump look stupid, but then when the truth came out that was actually happening, the joke was on them, actually. But yeah, they did it to make fun of him, and then the truth came out, and then they were the ones with egg on their face. So here's another one. Cats in Ohio this week.
They're eating the dog. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
People of Springfield, please don't eat my cats. Why would you do that? Eat something else. People of Springfield, please don't eat my dog. Here's a catalog of other things to eat.
They're eating the dogs.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
They're eating the cats.
Meow, 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 meow.
They're eating the pets.
So anyway, yeah, it started out where they were James. Initially, yeah, they were trying to make Trump look like he was off his rocker. So initially it started off, oh, this guy is nuts. And then the truth came out. And then the egg was on their face. I loved it. So everything they tried to do, it turned, hey, it flipped on them. Here's another one.
They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
People of Springfield, please don't eat my cats. Why would you do that? Eat something else. People of Springfield, please don't eat my dog. Here's a catalog of other things to eat.
So yeah, this trend, oh my God.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat.
Dance party with Beyonce.
They're eating the
Dance party
dogs.
with
They're eating the
Beyonce.
cats. Eat the
Dance
cat.
party with Beyonce.
They're eating the
Dance party
dogs. They're
with
eating the
Beyonce.
cat.
Yeah, that it just took a life of its own, and oh my goodness.
Eating the dog. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. Eat the cat.
Woo! So yeah, it just took a life of its own. Oh, it was, and then people were just dancing to they're eating the dogs, they're eating the, oh, it's just hilarious. Oh my God. So yeah, that just that was funny. All right. And then one last thing I wanted to share with you, just in case you did not know. Good news. So remember how the loonies were, oh my God, what's going to happen to Abrigo? So after his trial, guess what? He is still being deported. And what was is it the Sudan? So he's still going to be deported, much to their chagrin. And then if you remember, we over here on the right, this illegal immigrant, he was in his 20s. I did a video with this info. And he was enrolled in a high school, and he's like 20 some years old. And they have him on federal gun charges, among other things. Again, impersonating a high school student. So these are the type of people that they flooded the country with. So I think he's going, Abrego Garcia will be deported. Where did they say? To the Sudan? since they're like, oh, it's too dangerous for him to go back to El Salvador. So he's still being deported. Where is it on here? Oh, wait a minute. Okay, yeah. He's going to the Sudan. This is the squad. Oh my God, what a mess. Okay, yeah. So anyway, yeah, he will be deported. I can't find it now, but anyway, he's going to be deported. Here it is. Is this it, to the Sudan? Yep. And remember, this is their father of the year. Yep. Yeah, so I thought I'd share that with you just in case you were not aware of what was going on. So what are your thoughts, folks? But he might be deported elsewhere. Yes, Citizen Kang, he's going to be, my girl said, yay, he's going to be deported to Sudan. We are working on our laptops and my husband can't stop laughing. Florida, what are you laughing at? Tiffany Henyard has 99 memoirs out titled Standing on Business. Citizen Kang, are you serious? Yeah, James, yeah, I was on top of that. Florida, you still haven't left me for him. James is still macking on Florida. Does not sound like Earth, Wind, and Fire or the Commodores to me. Agent, oh. I hope so, Tina, because I'm sure if he did, he would be laughing. Chicago, Florida, you love, yeah, you love birds behave. Right, Chicago. Florida, you know, I'll send them to the corner. CJ said, oh, he's on his way back, wasting away again in Margaritaville, searching for my lost shaker song. Some people say that there's a man to blame, but I know it's my own fault. Yes, it is. Oh, yes, Florida. Thank you, Bach. I'll have to Google that. Keep it coming, love. Keep it coming, love. Don't stop it now. Don't stop it. No, don't stop it now. Don't. Jeffrey, I know every single word of every single Casey and the Sunshine Band song. Boom. Woo. I listen to the 12, 13, and 14-minute versions of their songs. Okay, James, you know I will. Well, I've been looking real hard and I'm trying to find a job, but it just keeps getting tougher every day. But I got to do my part, 'cause I know in my heart I got to please my sweet baby, yeah. Well, I ain't superstitious and I don't get suspicious when I know you are a friend of mine. And I know that it's true that all the things that I do will come back to me in my sweet time. So keep on rocking me, baby. CJ, joke about him as the senator sitting and having margarita. Yes. Father of the year. Tina, that's what the Democrats have made him out to be. Father of the year. I can't make this stuff up. And, you know, oh, we gon' jet our liner. Fleetwood, yes. Don't carry me too far away. Oh, big old jet airliner. 'Cause it's here that I've got to stay. All I can say, folks, is that I'm happy about the recent ruling and everything that they've tried to do in reference to Trump. Now it's again, they don't learn. They're not going to win. And they still won't stop. And if you remember, even after the attempted unaliving of President Trump the first time, and one of the songs I kept singing, Bach, I'm your boogeyman. That's what I am. I'm here to do whatever I can, be it early morning, late afternoon, or at midnight. Always never too soon. I told you, you can't. Hey, I know every single word of every single KC and the Sunshine Band song. I have their greatest hits on my Apple playlist, and I have some of their first print albums around here in my stash. Oh, my girl, yes. Thank you, Citizen Kang. I'll have to check out her memoir. We knew she was going to try to do something to make some money. But folks, think about this. Everything that they've tried to do, everything is falling apart. And I love it. My girls are singing right along. Keep on singing. Because you can never know what it's like. Your blood like winter freezes just like ice. And there's a cold, lonely light that shines from you. What did I used to sing after the first attempted unaliving? Don't you know I'm still standing better than I ever did? Oh my goodness. Looking like a true survivor and feeling like a little kid. I'm still standing after all this time. Picking up the pieces of my life without you on my mind. I'm still standing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love it. We just keep winning. And let me see. No, I don't. Yeah, I need to get my KC and the Sunshine Band album. I think they're in the kitchen. I need to get them and so you can see them. Oh my God. Yes, I need to. Thank you, Nikki. I'm struggling. Hey, I'm struggling here. I'm trying. Yes, Nikki, I'm telling him I'm showing my age, dear. These are first prints. I have a bunch more. I just don't have room to have them all in here. But yeah. Oh my goodness. This is when people actually had talent. Oh my God. Oh, I haven't got time for the pain. Oh my goodness. Classics. Jeffrey said, yeah, yes. Vipa, which LP did you have? Vipa, I have, oh my God, all of the KC and the Sunshine Band's greatest hits. And again, when I listen to them in my classroom, it's the 12 and 13 minute versions. They're so good. I can't listen to 3 or 4 minute versions. I listen to the long, extra long versions. My girl, yes. Vipa, you had that LP. Yes, Vipa. Every person, regardless of race, has this Saturday Night Fever album. Everyone. I saw it in all homes when I was a kid. It did not matter your race. Nikki said, wow. Nikki, am I telling my age too much? The Assassins are probably singing. Deborah Harry, yes. One way or another, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you one way. Maybe next week. I have Blondie's greatest hits. Yes. Woo. What year did people have turntables? Well, Jeffrey, a lot of people still have turntables. Because like DJs and stuff, and when you go to parties, they're still and now you can actually go to Walmart. They bringing albums back. They're bringing turntables back. Tashi, you love Tashi, the Carpenters. Oh my God. Yes, Tashi, hold on. Let me show you. I absolutely love the Carpenters. Oh my God. This is what their greatest hits from 69 to 73. And then this is their Close to You album. So yeah, people who had talent. That's what I love. Oh my God. Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. She's got a ticket to ride, but she don't care. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Just like me, they long to be close to you. Yes, Beverly, I want to go back. When everything was nice and you didn't have people crying, oh, I can't make it because of racism and white supremacy. I miss those days. Which song, my girl, Miss Lynn, I have turntables, 8 tracks. Jeffrey, you have 8 tracks. Oh my God. Vipa, the Commodores. Yes. Off the Wall. Michael Jackson's Off the Wall. I think that's when he first went solo. James, drop your link. I'm always telling you, dear. Yeah, please do. Everyone go over, check out James Wayne's channel. Yes, you don't have to ask. Just drop it, love. Drop it. You know how we are here. If we can help you grow, that's what we do. James, every time you come to the live, dear, drop it if you want to, dear. Okay, if that will help, hey, I'll do what I can. You know me. We all have to help each other. I mean, we're a community, so. But that's all I have for you. But James, drop your link, dear, if you want to, and we can get some people over there to check you out. Oh my God, James, I'm so disgusted with what's going on in New York. I would never, ever live in New York again. Do you hear me? Never, ever. Yes, please. Yeah, James, please, love. Please feel free. Charlie, I just received your second email, dear. The Guess Who. I love the Guess Who. Did you drop it yet, love? As soon as you drop it, we're going to go. Darnell, how you doing, love? Hit the like button. Darnell, share this on your Facebook page, please. Out here in the fields, I fight for my meals. I get my back into my living. Okay, James. I don't need to fight to prove I'm right. No, I don't need to be forgiven. Oh, somebody loves dirty laundry. Yes, kick them when they're up, kick them when they're down, kick them when they're up, kick them all around. All right, with your dirty laundry, boom. Put out the fire. Wow. Yeah. And don't look past my shoulder. How you doing, Isaiah? I'm doing. Love you too, dear. Teenage wasteland. It's only teenage wasteland. American woman, get away from me. Oh man, I love that. Oh. They're all wasted. All right, we're going to go. I enjoyed all of you. Sergeant King, how you doing, love? We're done. Ro, I'm serious. Being an independent in Brooklyn is dangerous. James, be careful, love. Oh, yeah, ladies go crazy about a sharp dress, man. My girls, I have that in my playlist, too. ZZ Top. Oh, man. Whew. I love ZZ. Oh yeah. You don't. Oh, yeah. Roxanne from the police. You don't have to put on the red light all by myself. Yes, I love that. Groovin' Tashi, yes. Baby, what a big surprise. That's Chicago. Right before my very eyes. So see, you're taking me back to the 70s. Now you're doing it to me again. Sergeant, make sure you catch the replay, love. Hit the like button, dear, because we're going to go. But you know I'll be live tomorrow, okay? Tashi, make sure you come back tomorrow, love. James, yes, I do. I know all about Lionel Richie because he had, when he left the Commodores, he blew up. And then he had a little side chick, and then his wife beat up his side chick, and then he married the side chick, and yeah, that was a mess. I remember that. That was before social media, but yeah, that was hilarious. Okay, Jeffrey. Yeah. So, thank you, Florida, for reminding me earlier. Folks, once I end the live and the live stream is over, we could continue to help trigger the YouTube algorithm. Even when the live is over, if you would go under the description box and leave a comment, YouTube wants to see engagement. So if you could do that, that would be great. Florida is always doing it. Tina, Tasha, yeah. So once I end the live stream, I'm going to talk to you a few minutes in the live stream. And as soon as when it says it's ended and it won't let you type anything else, please go up under the video in the description box. Thank you, Tashi. And leave a comment. And you'll see I respond to all your comments. There's only one video where I haven't responded to all the comments, and that's because there were over 4,000. I've responded to over 1,000, but I'm still working on it. But that video, if a video goes over 100,000, it's hard to keep up. Tashi, share this on your Facebook page, please, dear. Thank you. Twisted Sister, yeah. We're not gonna take it. Citizen Kane, thank you for the links you're dropping. Thank you so much. All right, we're gonna go. So don't forget, folks, once I end the live stream, I'll talk to you for a few minutes in the comment section. And then when it says that the live stream is over, yeah, Flack, I'll be back. Come back tomorrow, dear, 4:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But yeah, once the live stream is ended, please go up under the description box and leave a comment. I promise I will respond. If you do it now, I'll respond right now because I'm still sitting here at my computer. Yeah, smooth operator. I love Sade. Goodbye, James. Flack, you too. Flack, don't forget to come back tomorrow at 4:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You too, Vipa. Yes, I do. Vipa says that I respond to all comments. Thank you, Vipa. I go to a lot of content creators. They don't respond to anything. Florida will tell you. Doobie Brothers, yes. Thinking of the Doobie Brothers makes me think about the Democrats and the lies they tell. What a fool believes. Boom. Yes, Flack. See you tomorrow, love. I enjoyed all of you. I'm going to go. I'll talk to you in the comment section. And then, again, yes, America first, Flack. Yes. Thank you, Jeffrey. I try. Leave a comment under the description box. And I'm at my computer right now. I will respond. Thank you. I'm coming to talk to you right now.